For decades, Venice's motorboats have been dirty and noisy. But this one is clean and quiet.
Ciao.
Grazie.
Grazie.
Ciao. Marco, non ti senti a spuzza?
What did the gondolier think?
Even the gondolier was appreciating because he said we were not guessing and disturbing his guests.
Cool.
They've travelled 4 kilometres and have been running for an hour. But they're only halfway through their test. It's important that Dick keeps the solar panels pointing at the sun, or they might not make it home, and they still have more challenges to overcome. Venice's canals are some of the most congested in the world, and their next challenge is to tackle the city's biggest waterway, the Grand Canal. This is the water taxi's biggest test. How will they cope in the crowded waters?
You look that way, I'll look that way, all right? And you look forward, okay? We got it covered.
What did he say?
It's a nasty blow. Only Alberto's quick reflexes minimize the damage. But it's not all their fault. Gondoliers listen for motors when they go around blind corners. But the quiet electric motor gave no warning. For the second time today, Alberto's boat has been battered.
On the roads, you have traffic lights.
Exactly.
And, like, each way, but here there's nothing.
Then you can understand why there are no rules about pollution, about ecological engines.
Yeah.
Despite the bruises to his boat, Alberto is still impressed with the solar-powered water taxi. And he heads off to their final test. He's arranged a meeting at City Hall with the man in charge of cleaning up Venice's waterways. The solar-powered water taxi could be what he's looking for.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
It'd be great to know what he thinks.
If he sees this, he may tell everybody to get one.
Yeah, sure.
If he isn't impressed, then there'll be no future for Dick and Jem's creation in Venice. They want to get his blessing.
Ciao Emanuele.
Hi.
Buongiorno, buongiorno.
Emanuele, I'm Emanuele.
He's the Emanuele, the man in charge for the city hall and for the whole city of the traffic in the lagoon.
I'm Dick.
Yeah.
It's Jem.
Hello.
What do you think of our solar-powered boat?
It's very strange, but it's very interesting boat. The power of the sun for energy, for the engine, it's fantastic. If you perfectly the system, why not? It's a very, very interesting system.
With the blessing from City Hall, it's possible that Dick and Jem's design could prove the basis for a fleet of solar water taxis. To celebrate, Alberto takes them for a drink.
Yeah, salute. Yeah, well, thank you. Cheers.
What do you think the people of Venice think of our boat, your boat?
I mean, everybody was looking at us. And everybody was maybe asking, is it really working? Or you have a 4-stroke engine underneath?
As they charge their glasses, the solar panel gets a chance to charge up the batteries. Just 1 hour of charging gives them enough power for the return journey. They've proved that their solar-powered water taxi could easily take on the task of transporting tourists around Venice. It's exactly what Alberto hoped for, but it's only a small step towards solving Venice's massive problems.
The boat speed is good. It's similar than the other boats.
Yeah.
We're not breaking speed limits.
And of course, if we head out where everybody starts going faster, we haven't got that speed.
Dick is worried about its speed. The solar-powered taxi takes 40 minutes to travel from Certosa to the heart of Venice. Taking its time is fine for tourists, but the locals have a need for speed. And Dick wants to be fast and green.
An electric speedboat.
Yeah, let's think about that.
How many electric speedboats have you ever seen?
I've never seen one.
I'd love to give it a go. But, like, once boats go quick, there's lots of power.
We can do that. Quite honestly, I'll stay in Venice for a couple of days and have a go.
That's exactly what I was thinking. If it's an excuse to stay here for a few more days, I'm up for it, Dick.
Yeah.
Let's make an electric speedboat.
Alberto, do you want an electric speedboat?
I need it.
So the boys have committed themselves to a second boat.
Thanks to you guys.
Yeah, great driving.
1 down, 1 to go. Keen to see what they've taken on, they watch the traffic out on the open lagoon.
There's a huge difference, isn't there? Because see the big load carriers, they're just ploughing their way through, they're displacing the water, displacement going through. And the speedboats, they're up, and it's just literally the tail end, they're planing. That's what we're going to have to achieve.
Traditional boats push the water in front of them out of the way, creating a bow wave. But the best way to go fast in a boat is to get it to travel not through the water, but on top of it. This is called planing. By using its motor to push the boat up against its bow wave, a planing boat can then climb over the top of it and skim the water beneath, reducing drag. It can now travel much faster and more efficiently.
It just means we're going to have to get A, a very light boat, and B, a phenomenally powerful electric motor.
They need a motor at least twice as powerful as the one they use for the water taxi. To get that amount of power, they're going to have to build one from scratch. The first thing they need is a powerful but light electric motor, and Jem's looking for something in the boatyard. But there's nothing that will do the job. Jem's had a brainwave. He's got an idea where he might find the perfect engine. But it's on the mainland.
I think our quest for lightweight electric drives may just have stopped.
You know, there seem to be a lot of performance in those, but are they serious?
They're very serious. Well, he's particularly serious. He's former electric kart world champion. The other guy is the guy that actually builds these things. They've put in the investment and research that gets us to the position where I think we need to be.
Under the bonnet is a motor capable of 120 kilometers per hour.
It's not that big as well. I mean, 15 kilowatts is a lot of power.
Yeah, but the thing is, look at the complexity of it, because it's all being controlled by computers. I think we should play with them and see how powerful they are.
We might need to spend quite a lot of time testing these.
Red or yellow?
Red.
The best way to demonstrate the power of the engines is to drive them. The boys are only allowed to drive the slower cars, but even those have a maximum speed of 90 kilometers per hour. But is it enough to convince Dick that these are the kind of motors that they need? They quickly discover that there is more than enough power for their driving skills.
Dick Strawbridge.
That's brilliant!
Did they not teach you how to drive in Ireland?
I have no doubt that if we harness this power, we can get a small boat up on the plane. We must do. It's just what Alberta needs.
So if I can get a top-end go-kart motor, I think we're onto something.
1-0 to me. Best of 3?
Yep.
Hey! Catch you later, Dick.
Dick and Jem have built a functioning solar-powered water taxi. But now they want to prove that electric boats can also be fast enough to get about quickly. So they're attempting to build Venice's first electric planing speedboat. Dick has been out and got the lightest weight planing hull he can find. It may be limited for space, but it's the perfect size for a nippy electric city boat.
Dick, what is that?
On the lagoon, this is scary. But it's small, it's light, it's a planing hull.
That thing's ridiculous. If we replace that disgusting two-stroke outboarder with a nice electric engine, it'll be completely silent, tiny. It'll be like the ultimate stealth craft.
Their plan is to convert the old two-stroke engine to electric power. By removing the polluting two-stroke engine, they're left with the original drive shaft and propeller. Then they'll attach a clean electric motor, connect it to some batteries, and they'll have an emissions-free plug-in-and-go speedboat. But they need to be careful how they attach the new motor to the old outboard.
Okay. If we've got some good steel on here that's bolted to the frame of that, and then we can then weld from there onto steel plate fitted to the motor, and that's got to be good. I think if we went for a purely rigid coupling, there's too much of a chance of it wanting to break itself. So if we buy in a kind of semi-flexible coupling that can just take up any slight deviations.
The alignment of old and new is a problem. The engine and propeller need to be joined by a single shaft. But it will only be strong enough if it's perfectly straight. Even just a fractional error could cause a massive failure. They need a system that will attach the two existing shafts, but will also allow them some movement. A flexible donut-shaped coupling is the solution. All the power should be transferred from the motor, but any dangerous misalignment will be absorbed by the coupling. Dick's using the batteries from the solar-powered water taxi. Each one weighs 18 kilograms and their position is critical. Because of the space available, Dick has to put one battery in the front of the boat and two at the rear. Balance is extremely important to planing boats. As the boat tries to climb its bow wave, it has to have enough weight in the front to push its nose down and over the wave. If the boat is badly balanced, it won't plane. Dick starts to weld together the heavy-duty engine mount that will hold a 1/4 ton of twisting motion. They've attached the flexible coupling with its rubber donut to the electric motor.
So, mate, that seems to be us.
It looks so much better than a petrol engine.
If you look at that heat there,
with a billion components, and that, so simple.
It's gone forward gear, so with a bit of luck, the propeller should go around. Ready? Here we go.
Oh! It's rock solid, it works. I reckon we wire it up, get it on the boat.
Good call.
Right, just nice.
So it's just a case of connecting it to the batteries and trying to keep the water out. And Jam has made a final piece of waterproofing to finish it off.
That's like a display case. That looks absolutely gorgeous.
Now they've got to wait till morning to test it. It's the next day, and time to see if the Planet Mechanics have solved Venice's polluting need for speed. They've built an electric speedboat. But for it to work, their engine has to deliver a huge burst of power to push it up and on top of the water.